Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another ECM test, this time working on a 2003 Ford F-250. This is was sent to me by Kenny from Hopewell, Virginia. He said he has problems on hard to start, no power, shifting problems, check engine light does not come on. All right, so I did connect his computer first, which I have open right there. So this is yours, Kenny. So you can see that that is indeed your computer and it's open, so I'm doing a test. I have mine connected now. So this is a 7.3 as well. This is a 2002 and that is a 2003. So we will have different numbers in here. This is an NBK4 and this is a BDH5. This one starts with a 2C3F minus starts with a XC3F. So it's a different calibration, all right? But the internals are pretty much the same. One thing that I want to test, because I did see that he has no check engine light. In mine, with nothing connected, so just a computer talking, I do have malfunction indicator on. And I can show you that we do have communication. Let me just connect the battery voltage. And we are reading 13.38. So I'm going to increase the voltage by 1 volt. Didn't happen. Okay, right now. And we can see right now we got 14.38. So I'm going to decrease it by 1 volt. And now we should have 13.38. So the scanner, everything in connection is good. Going back to fault codes, which is, just retrieving the constant memory DTCs. Again, the computer has nothing connected to it. So the normal on this one is to see the ICP, throttle position, turbocharger, boost pressure, exhaust pressure, intake temperature, engine oil, manifold, wastegate solenoid, glow plug, indicator error, glow plug circuit error, fuel pump, primary circuit, exhaust back pressure, keep alive power because it was disconnected. This is in here, fuel pump secondary circuit high, water in fuel, manifold, intake heater control circuit. So we have multiple fault codes and definitely this will set up the fault, the check engine light on and we have it. So let me swap the computers and that's why I have this mark so we can see that that's his. So let me swap the computer 1 second. One thing that I want to show is we have 16 full codes. Hopefully the camera is focusing, but it says here 16 full codes total. All right, that's in my computer still connected, okay? All right, swap his now. All right, so let's power it on. And one thing I want to do, because this computer can do auto ID and it will read the beam from the vehicle and it will immediately or manually, or sorry, not manually, automatic select it. I'm going to select it by doing completely manual. So I just got out of the menu and I'm going to select 2003. This will ask me if the ignition is on, and now it's going to start reading or selecting the correct information, not reading yet anything, but it will try to read after we enter here, and then we select the PCM and we'll try to read this computer. Because this might be a calibration issue. And these old computers are hard to do calibration because of IDS not doing much support to these modules. I mean, realistically, we're 2003, right? So it's 21-year-old modules. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, let's select the PCM. And this is when now the computer will start to communicate with the scanner. Until then, it was just selecting how to get to this computer. All right, so we're going to do the same thing, retrieve constant memory DTCs. And let's see how many fault codes we have in this one. So as far as I can see, we don't have that many. So if we go back, all right, so we just read the fault codes. Let's go to a data stream. And we're going to select the battery and the engine light on or not. All right, so battery voltage. And let's go over to let me see, DTC trouble codes count, close it in DTC diagnostic trouble code count. Let me see if I find it. Um, Forgot the name. You might already see me passing it. I'm not wearing my glasses, but I can read well here. My malfunction indicator lamp. So it says that we have, well, right now the light is on. Okay, we got a total of 13 DTCs and the light is on. So this is one thing that I didn't have before. I don't like that. Hopefully you can see that glitch in there. Sometimes it's not reading the voltage and sometimes it goes into two DTCs. On, off, on, off. The amperage is a steady 716 to 20. That's not a change on anything. And the wattage is running around the same thing. So let me change the voltage again by 1 volt. And it went up to 14.5. And you see for a second it says not available, but that could be my scanner because I don't know why the top down is having that issue. Since I got it, that is BCI, the MDCI, sometimes it disconnect. I'm going to take that as not the computer, that's more my scanner. Well, let's say this, okay, so we got the malfunction indicator lamp on. All right, so I'm going to get out of here completely and I'm going to let it select by itself. So we do have 13 volts. So those are there. I'm going to exit completely. As you can see, this all was done manually. There's so many buttons to go back to one, right? All right, so we're going to go into not here. We're going to go into here and auto scan. And we'll see that this will read the big number from the vehicle. Because this is, I want to show this because this could be the problem that he has and it's not reading fault codes. So we're going to do into quick access. Now the vehicle is supposedly selected automatically by reading the bean. Still will prompt some things in here that you need to select, but the end it will just go into the topology. All right, so we know that that is a 2003, which it shouldn't read it from the bean, but that's fine. Come on. This is still the scanner, just selecting the correct software and menus for that year. We have still no communication. The only communication that happened first, it was when I read the bean, but so far in here, there is no communication still in between the scanner and the computer. All right, so let's select PCM. All right, let's read the full codes. We're going to go to the same thing. I don't know, but I think we have less full codes. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, no, 13. So we got the same amount. So we got the same 13 full. Let's go and see if the chicken light is now on because before it was not. Should have gathered that data pit. So as in the end, right? Um, Multifunction indicator lamp. I don't know if you guys noticed, but now this is in here, and before it was kind of like in here. And I see a lot of less pits. 94. Nope, it is on. So yeah, something was happening in there. I should have taken a picture because now it is on, and we got more fault codes. Let me see if I have already those faults transferred because I know for sure that I took a picture. So give me just 1 second. All right, guys, I'm very glad that I actually always save the information. So this is just to show you what I have saved in here. So there is not a time in here. Oh, yes, it is. So we can see 12:33. Hopefully you can see that in there. I can actually zoom in here more. But yeah, 12:33 p.m. So right now we are, what is the time now? Let me just take a look in the computer. I'm gonna have to minimize this a little bit. So it is 6:44 p.m. So you can see that in there. So now you see that I was doing a test before, prior to this recording on this computer. So that is his computer, and you can see that in there. Let me just do a zoom so we can see that that is Kenny's computer right there. The same information that we have from Virginia. All right, so that is your computer, Kenny. Because so we did have the 13 fold code. So I took a picture per screen. We can see his bin number right there, which it matches the one we have right now there, right? So same bin number. So we got 4, 8, 12, 13. So same amount of fold codes, but look at this. All right. So when I went over to OBD2, and this is on OBD2, I'm actually seeing here meal status off. Vehicle identification number 13. No, that's a weird. Oh, it's 13 EB1. It's kind of like a mix on the big number in there, but that is actually the big number W21F. You see, W21F is in a different order. So because the 13 EV is here, so 13 EV, and then the first numbers 1FTNW, 1FTN, 1FTN, and then the 30 16 17 said 30 167. So the mix, the big number was messed up in OBD, and it says that we didn't have full codes, and the car didn't let me do much testing, but right now we are. So let's go into OBD because I want to see that again. I am a data analytic person, and I like to share this because this might be a logic, or we have a problem with the computer itself. Because he's telling me that he gets no fault code. So we're going to get out of here. We're going to do into a scan, and we're going to do into OBD, OBD2, right? And this is going through different protocols of communication. And this, based on this one, is a J1850 PWM. We'll see that this will fail, but as soon as it reaches this protocol, it will communicate. All right, so like I said, that is the correct protocol, and this is funny. So in here is the one that shows the meal status as off, readiness completed, ignition of spark. So something is messed up in here. And in here, we cannot see no freeze frame. You said it's not supported. You see this is not supported. I'm trying to go into mode 6. Again, nothing, right? So it's a diesel truck, right? So we're not expecting to see much in here, but very generic. And I'm also wondering if he is reading faults with a OBD scanner. If you're trying, Nick, sorry, not Nick, Kenny, to read fault codes on this computer, you cannot do it with OBD. It has to be a capable scanner so you can actually read the car. Because you can see that B number is all messed up in here, and this is why, because this is not a gasoline vehicle. So for these old diesels is very minimum that you can do there. So I would recommend to, like I said, go over to AutoScan, and I mean you need to have a good scanner because we do have multiple fault codes in here. I am actually going to check the logic of the computer now that I see that the problem might be into OBD port or OBD2, sorry, not OBD port. Now let me just make sure that I can read fault codes again here. Sorry, I'm making the video a little longer, but I'm always trying to help others so you can see what not to do and what to do with these vehicles, and also for him too, right? And this time I'm going with automatic selection. Going to Costa Rica next weekend. Trying to get as much as computers out of here so I don't hold customers with computers that cannot be repaired yet. I do have a few that are waiting on parts and they're gonna have to wait because I cannot cancel my vacations, and this time actually I'm going for one of my kids' graduation from college. So this is my first kid that graduates, so I'm going there no matter what. All right, so we're going to PCM, same as before. Let's read constant memory. Looks like we got the same thing, and I have not erased any fault codes or anything. I don't do that until I'm done with checking what I need to check, and I always save the record of what we need to see. So battery voltage, and now we know that that will be on this side, right? So malfunction indicator lamp, and it's on. So, yep. So, Kenny, I'm going to do a test because one of the faults that we have here is on the throttle position sensor, and that is the easiest for me to check. You see throttle position sensor circle low. So let me connect a potentiometer and let's see if we can erase that fault code. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, I went to the actual computer to find out where I have the throttle position sensor wire because I have, I use this same connector. It works for different computers, and not just for the diesel. So I have to like really look into which wire is the one I need to, because disregard about the throttle position is actually accelerator pedal, but in the diesel they name it like that. So I went in to see which is exactly the connector that I need to know, because if I read here, I'm sorry, if I read here, it says 24 throttle position sensor, right? So 24 throttle position sensor. I'm like, and this is, if you see 2000 F-350 7.3 diesel. So this is, it should be okay, right? So you imagine. But then if you go over to pin 89, it says accelerator pedal position sensor. I'm like, you know what? I need to link this. So right here we got those two wires. This is the wire diagram for that. So pin 24 and pin 20, sorry, 89. They go over to page 16, one in X and the other one in Y and W. So if I go quickly to 16, we got X and W right here, right? So X and W, they can go to either one because they can have a throttle position sensor or accelerator pedal position sensor. And the actual throttle position is a switch, it's not a sensor. And it has an accelerator position sensor. So if we see the schematic in here, the center right here should be the signal. So this should go over to um, 355, which is X, and then this is either a ground or a power. So I need to find out which one is. So now I know that this is power or fiber reference, and this is a ground. And how I know that? Okay, I go over to page, the same page 9 to B, because this for different models. So if we go over to 9 to B, okay, B right here, it says pin 90. And this is going into other sensors, so that has to be the fiber reference, right? Because I mean, it could be a ground or it could be the fiber reference. But looking at my diagram, not my diagram, my harness in here, I got P90 fiber reference, right? P90 fiber reference. So, and that is across the board, that cannot change. So now I know that I'm in the correct circuit. So let's go back to the full codes. All right, so if we remember the first page of full codes, it says throttle position sensor circuit low, because it's open, right? Nothing was connected. But now I have connected a fiber reference through a test light, so I'm not really producing any amperage. So let's read the DTCs now. I erase the DTCs just to see if the logic in the computer is good. And now we no longer have the P0122, we got a P0123. Throttle position sensor input high. And why is high? Because if we go over to the read data stream and we go to accelerator pedal position, it's in 100% 4.98 volts. And I can now reproduce that low, because if I unplug this, you see, it goes to zero. So I know I'm in the correct circuit. And now, if I go and erase the fault codes, clear fault memory, I guarantee you that the P0122 is going to come back. And all I'm doing in here is to make sure that the logic in the computer is good, because based on what Kenny is telling me, there is no fault codes, no, and is running bad, and its transmission. This is sound more now either a bad scanner that cannot communicate, or in problems on the harness, because the computer is good. Throttle position sensor circuit low. The 123 is gone. See, we got no more 123, 122. So this computer is good. All right, Kenny, this is the test that I am going to perform to your computer. This is a good computer, nothing wrong, everything is working good. So this is going to be more testing for you to do in the truck. I hope that everything you see here can let you to do some testing in the harness, because yes, again, we need to find out, are you missing a ground, are you missing a power, are you missing a sensor signal, what is exactly the problem? Because describing symptoms as you put in here, hard to start, no power, shifting problems, check engine light does not come on. Hard to start, that is a problem in the vehicle. So that would be very, very hard for me to find out a hard to start here, unless it's definitely a no communication with the computer, right? So as I have mentioned in many, many different videos, I need more from you before using the computer, unless it's a very specific, like a injector fight not working, the glow plug module is not working, an output that is not working, or a sensor value that you already checked the wiring, everything is good up to the computer, and it is not reading a throttle position sensor like in here. I went over the diagram, I found what pin I need to use, because I already supplied this pin over here to connect to my full probe, and it's here, but all I did is connect a 5-volt reference through a test light, so it's very minimum amperage going in there. The test light will act as a resistor, and it will protect that, and then I can put, the 5-volt reference in here as I showed you before, right? So that is pin 89 on that accelerator pedal position sensor. If I erase the fault codes, oh, actually, yeah, it should change. No, it's still there, so let me, well, I could even do it in there, right? Yeah, I can clear the DTCs in here. And I think this is going to populate the same list again. And you see, right now we got the P0123. So again, the proof is in the pudding. And this is what you need to do in the car. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.